Greetings, divine ones. This is your girl coming through with another reading. And as I say, these things are for entertainment purposes only. The stories are. But this video is for clarity. For those who are watching this video, who can receive from this video, who can actually resonate with it. Take what you need and leave the rest on the shelf. You hear me? Don't worry about it. Don't you worry about a thing, baby. Don't you worry about a thing, baby. Don't you worry about a thing, baby. That's really, ooh, that's so great. That's perfect. Oh, thank you for that channel song, because now I get what. So the first thing I wrote down, I'm tapping into the collective energy of just starting. Okay, just start from where you are. All right, don't try to reach perfection or anything. Just start from where you are. There's some kind of offering that you have been wanting to do, but you're trying to plan and get it all together, and the initiation is happening when you start the journey, not of the unknown, not trying to get everything perfect, not trying to get everything in order. It's good to have goals and good to have a plan so you can know for yourself when you're in or out of alignment with those goals. But you also have to let go of your grip a little bit on having to have certain things in place before you start, because the journey is starting. You have to start first. You can't be sitting there like, oh, am I gonna get in the water or not? Am I gonna get in? While you're determining if you're gonna get in the water, you're becoming a new person, a new version of yourself in every moment. Your atoms are constantly shifting and moving. You're never your same self that you were a minute ago. You're always changing. So it's like the you that's right here present, that's trying to get in this water, by the time you get in that water, you're gonna be something else. You're gonna be someone else. You're gonna be doing something different. And the water might be cold by the time you jump in. It was primed and ready for you, and then you keep like, and this is not to scare you, this is not to put some type of fear on you, to tell you that, you know, you need to rush things. But you do need to start going towards swimming or walking in the water, and you might see that you are actually the water's at your ankles, and it's not actually as deep as you thought it was, and you get to ease in there. You might find, like, you might be thinking the water's like super deep. You scared that if you jump in that thing that you gonna sink because you can't swim. But all you are at, and which is next, trust the divine provisions. Okay, you are provided for. Everything you do from here on out, this is a prime time for you. You are provided for, my love. And the Bible verse that came up was 1 Kings 4:22 through 28, and it's Solomon's household provisions. Okay, he had, obviously, anybody who knows the story about Solomon, that he was put in, they said he was put in place by God, and he was wise. He was the wisest of them all, and there was an energy of, he took care of everything, right? They had everything that they needed. They had peace of mind. They didn't need to lack anything. They didn't lack anything. So in this kingdom of not lacking, they were able to have their own space and, you know, be with themselves. There was just this system, this security in place of, and me wearing this red these last 2 days, it's been like telling. So root chakra energy, safety energy, you are safe. I know they, you know, have put the red means stop on us, but you are safe. Okay, keep telling yourself that the truth is always available to you. Your heart is with you. Okay, and 444 is not 444 on this card, but 444 was what was at the top of the page. So that means that's meaningful for someone. And then not all that comes on your journey is meant to stay. You know, not everything that's coming on your journey is meant to be there. Everything is there to teach you something. It's to show you something. It's to, you know, let you see the things you need to see. And you have to forgive your old self. And you also have to stop complaining about comparing yourself to other people inside. Like, I'm not saying you might be complaining out loud, but you might be complaining out loud. Like, that was like a slip, but that was divine. It was supposed to say that. I was trying to say stop comparing yourself, but I said stop complaining. And it's like you're talking about all that you've been carrying and all this stuff, but you've become a new person. You're not the same. You're not who you were. And the type of what is for you, like, it's totally different. Like, I'm telling you, you've reached a divine place where you are being provided for, but you just have to let yourself receive. And you have to know that when the things show up that's supposed to show up, it showed up right at the right time. And what didn't happen or show up, that divine protection was happening. The rejection was the divine protection, right? But like, it's showing that somebody is either wearing a mask, was wearing a mask, or they're around people that are wearing a mask. They're surrounded by people that are wearing masks. So because of that, it makes it really hard for you to kind of step into, you know, your role, knowing that you're provided for because you've been around a bunch of people with masks who are not being themselves, but you are knowing who you are in so many ways, and you're afraid of stepping into that part of yourself somewhere. It might be like you might have been stepping out lately, but, you know, maybe you're an artist, maybe you're, you know, a painter, or, you know, maybe you are an athlete or like a gymnast or something. Maybe you used to do something when you were a kid. Maybe you were just very active or something like that. Maybe you ran track or something. Like, there was something that you did that kept you in a certain balance growing up, right? But then there was this other side of things that when you weren't in those places, then who were you? Like, what were you? It was like, oh, everybody's wearing a mask around me. I don't even know like who I am. It's like that kind of energy because you've been trying to like be accepted by all these people with masks. And it's like, they don't even know who they are, man. Like, don't even worry about it. It's you that's stepping out. You can't compare yourself to these people because they got masks on. And if it's not them, then it's somebody. It's something not you. Something externally. Something outside of you. You know. And I really don't feel like this is you wearing a mask. I think that you are trying to cipher through the energy that has been masked from you, but you're seeing it, and it's hard to unsee it, and it's hard to now make a decision from what you see, you know? And it's really just operating love. Like, there's no, like, knowing that you are taken care of, and then you get to start, you know, tapping into the creative aspects of yourself, right? And it becomes a thing where you're no longer focused on what people might say, what they might do. You're operating your true self, and it's like, we love that. You know, you get to go after the things that you desire. What does your heart desire? You know, what is it that you desire? You shoot the bow. Listen, your ancestors are your spirit team. Whoever you are connected to deeply on the other side, like, you are so protected. Like, there's so many hands behind you doing things for you that you didn't even know being done. And while you out here directing the light, the arrow, you know, it's all like, even the planets, the universe is in alignment for you. You know, the universe is universing real good, you know, and you're still in the old mindset of what the people with masks. You're not in that mindset, but you're still struggling with the thoughts that you're in that mindset. Like, you might think that you're still there, but you're not. Speak up. Somebody is needing to speak up for justice, speak up for themselves, speak up loudly in whatever way you have been being guided to speak up. But this is happening already internally. This is your internal, like, somebody needs to get in alignment with their internal truth so that they can speak up, and speak up loudly or proudly, or, you know, not even just, it's speaking up. People, when they think loudly and proudly or speaking up, they think, automatically think going out protesting, finding something to protest about, you know. And it's not to go out here and find something to resist. It's going out here and knowing who you are and speaking up from that place of truth, because that place of truth is the place that's going to bring you, it's going to bring you the blessings, it's going to open the avenues for you to live in the purpose that you've decided on in this life. You know, the things that have been for you, the things that, like, your wings have opened, they're flying, they're ready. Listen here, you're not no little baby bird that's like just starting off. Whoever I'm talking to is somebody, oh, look at that. She is right on the edge of the cliff and she's like jumping. This is crazy. I love it. And she's appreciating the air. She's appreciating the wind and she's jumping and it's like, so that's the image of you. Like, you are on the edge of the cliff and you sitting there like thinking you need more experience. You're thinking, when I tell you, you know more than what a lot of these mofos think they know. Like, the people that's wearing masks, it could be felt, but because the world is so full of people wearing masks that you just, you know, people around them just accept it. You know, they just, it's like that whole boys will be boys things, you know, and they just accept it. But you're not that. You're not just accepting of those things. And so because you're different, because you've tapped into your heart space, then when you show up in any space, your heart is going to shine through. Like, your authentic self shines through. And because there's some things that you've mastered and you're not even giving yourself credit for it, right? But it's okay. It's not like you're talking. I don't think that you have a lot of negative self-talk in a way that I think that your self-talk is more in a way of like, you're more hard about what you think needs to be done. But this is somebody is hard about what they think needs to be done, and they don't have to be. But it's really hard for someone to get out of that mentality when they're not used to having things easy. They're not used to things being like, they've had ease of experience, but whoever I'm talking to, your life has not been easy. So you've mastered life in a way that you was able to keep your heart and not be buried in the mask of someone else. Like, you really have done some work, so much so that you could speak up and trust what you speak. Now, if you don't get a certain type of reception, don't look at it like you were wrong. Look at it like the container couldn't hold you. The container was wrong. The audience, wasn't the right audience. You will find your audience. Be your beautiful, brazen self. You understand? Let yourself be colorful. Let yourself dance. Let yourself be. And don't dance the way that you think you should, you know, like society thinks you should be. Like, if that's the way you dance, that's the way you dance. But I'm just saying, like, whatever your authentic dance is, do that. Because somebody's out here, like, waiting on you to show up. And they don't even know they're waiting on you. They're like, you're them. And then you show up and then they show up. Because it's like, somebody like me. And instead of, like, negatively comparing, it's now, like, a community appreciation. Like, thank you. Because I would have never done that without you. Thank you. I would have never said that had you not, like, shared that. It gave me permission to speak. You know, if you wouldn't have said this, I wouldn't have known. Or if you wouldn't have done this or told your story, then I wouldn't have known. And so it's like this appreciation of life. And it's like, it's immense gratitude, you know, immense gratitude of where you have come to be able to show up in yourself and people be like, wow, And guess what? Not everybody can handle you. Not everybody can handle who you are. So don't try to force people to handle you. You know what I mean? It's like, or shame people, because you're mad because they're not handling you. It's like, you don't have to demonize them. They don't know how to. They don't have the capacity. They haven't been taught to. They don't have the references for you. They don't know your energy. They don't understand your energy, even though they talk about your energy. Ooh, look at that. Very interesting. Even though they talk about your energy all the time, they praise your energy all the time, but they praise it in another. They praise it in a man. They praise it somewhere else, but they don't praise it. They don't praise it in a woman per se. They don't praise it in a child. They don't praise this energy. It's like they look at it's like this snake energy, You're awakening to something, but they're applying this, what they describe as snake energy, on you. But when we really look at the Kundalini and the symbolism with the snake, right? It's like, they demonized this energy. They demonized this snake. There were, what is that? That is not a snake. What? Oh my, okay, I can't. Listen, okay. You know what? I love it. That is exactly what was in my tent. I can't take it. I can't take it. Okay, so, wait, let me get back to what I was saying. The Kundalini. The Kundalini is the symbolism of going up your spine. It's literally a healing. It's a technique. But you don't want to, most people, they try to get there too fast. They don't understand how to handle the energy, the awakenings that come with awakening your Kundalini. The spinal cord holds all this wisdom and knowledge and DNA, is everything. It's holding all of this, but it's not able to come through for most people, right? Because they're not aware of it, right? But it has to be a slow build into it. It can't just be, you can't just try to awaken people like shake, 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 awake. Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. People really have to go through their own experience. So in that, they are wearing a mask. It's no judgment, but they're wearing masks until they figure out who they are. And you've gotten past this point where you still sometimes wear a mask because you're trying to survive in this world that's caused a lot of scarcity for you or whatever. And this scarcity has, in the past, has this being in your experience has been like, but the ancestors are behind you. Like literally, you don't have to feel any of this scarcity anymore. Like you are divinely held. You are like a phoenix. You are coming out. You are rising, baby. You are coming into the divine you, and baby, you're standing tall. Somebody is standing really tall right here. And there's this energy of just allowing the awakened you, the version of you that you've come to sit and like really, really acknowledge where you've come. What? I'm so proud of you. What? Look in the mirror and tell yourself some beautiful things, because baby, you've come very far. And when you be coming to yourself, when you let yourself be, you're gonna see what's on the other side. It's just like, you know what? I didn't know what I didn't know, but I'm so grateful because they tried to demonize me. They tried to make it seem like I was something else, and I knew my heart the whole time. But at times I forgot who I was because I was comparing myself to others. But I have a unique path. This is somebody. I have a unique path. And I'm no longer allowing other people's masks speak for me. You know what I'm saying? I can let go of the grip, you know. I can let go. What we got? Oh. I can let go of the grip and start visualizing greater things for myself, right? Start seeing my life through the eyes of the person I'm becoming, right? Presently, not who you were, right? And then listening more, you know, but listening to your intuition, communicating. This is throat chakra. So communicating, listening to your, this is crown energy, you know, meditating on your crown. Someone is meditating more or needing to meditate more, or they're experiencing the benefits of meditation or of some sort. They're experiencing the benefits of at least like sitting with self and being more present with self. Someone is experiencing that, you know, and there's an experience. They're listening more. There's more things happening for you to listen to. Like, these things have been happening, but now they're really happening. Like, they're happening in a way that we can't even keep up with. It's like, oh, it's happening so fast, and we see it now. Before, it was happening so fast that we couldn't keep up with it in a way of like, we didn't even know what was happening. Like, to keep up with it, like to stay in the journey, to stay in it. We were in the pain of our past. We were, you know, there was something like that. So now you are experiencing this divine wisdom, a spiritual awakening. You know, your crown is wide open and you're like, the Akashic records is like right here within you. It's like, all this divine knowledge. And then you're scared. You don't want it to turn into knowledge constipation, right? But it's like, no, like you're a walking embodiment of this wisdom. And it helps us to share the wisdom, right? But you want to share it in containers that can receive it. There are containers that cannot receive your wisdom, and that is all right. You just move to one that can. And then you adjust your current containers. You know, you don't have to just throw it all away with the bathwater. You know, you don't have to throw the baby out with the bathwater. You really could, like, you know, make sure that when you let that water out, when you let those emotions pass, all that good jazz, that you could dry the baby off, right? You could still take care of the baby. You could still do certain things, right? And the bathwater, it runs out and it runs to its rightful place. It gets rid of all this dirt, you know what I mean? It's going down the drain, it's going where it needs to go, but it has a container, right? Even that has a container. It's not just flowing out everywhere. When you let the water out, the pipes are not just, hopefully they're not just bursting everywhere. If they are, you need to get that fixed. You need to seal up some pipes. You know, that might be meaning for somebody might need to check their pipes or whatever. Or somebody might have just had some pipes burst or something like that and feeling overwhelmed or overloaded or overflowed, or somebody might just had a big emotional release, you know, or that could be significant. But, you know, even in that, the pipes provide an avenue for them to go, for the energy, for the water to go down it, right? And just the same is like, you are divinely provisioned for, okay? You don't need to worry. Like, you'll find out like little accidents. You might have seen little accidents happen. You think it's an accident, but it's really like, if you wouldn't have resisted it and you would have just let it like observed and seen what happened and stopped like trying to force things in the way that you think that they should be, or times where you've let it happen, you might notice that things just kind of work in your favor without you like, dang, I ain't try to do that. I ain't really try to do that. I was really like doing something else, and then somehow this happened. It got here. I don't know how that happened, but we're here. Here we are. And so I'm so grateful, because it's like, oh, when everything has its rightful place, it becomes clear. It becomes easier to have structure, easier to move around, easier to be in awareness and connection, you know, and brings you higher love so that you can embody the Christ light, the golden Christed dragon. Absorb the Christ light. You are protected. Expand your heart and remain fifth dimensional. Don't come out of this Christ consciousness for nobody. Don't come out of this awakening, this space that you have received for nobody. Don't let nobody pull you out that space, because you are here. You are in a higher space than you've stayed in that space much longer than you've ever have. And so it can feel unknown. It can feel a little, you know, sudden, or not even sudden. This has gradually been happening, but it could feel a little unsettling, you know. Purple white dragon from Orion transforms your ascension knowledge into pure wisdom. Process what you know. Act with truth and honesty. Let your wings of light grow and expand. And so we love this because remember we was talking about speaking up, right? And trusting that your heart has reached a place where you could trust what you say. You're coming from Christ's energy. Trust it. Trust it. You're coming from a pure place. Stop comparing yourselves to those with masks on. Those people with masks, they speak like they're from a pure place. They speak like they know. They got the intellectual wisdom. They've had moments of purity, of connection. People nowadays are taking mushrooms and doing ayahuasca. I'm not judging any of those things, but those things open up our perception for a little while. They break down the barriers to our perception and allow us to get some certain wisdom and knowledge, right? No, not wisdom. They allow us to get certain knowledge, right? But we don't have the applied wisdom. We don't have the knowledge applied to life that, you know, it happens in that moment. You experience it and you intellectualize and you hold on to it, and you could keep telling the story. You could keep repeating the story, but you never really had the experience for real. You use something else to have the experience. And so because of that, you never really integrate. And I'm not talking to you. I'm saying that this is what happens. It's like they've never integrated it, you know, because those things, unless they were doing something else outside of that, more work outside of that, or acting on those things that they had gained or learned, then they didn't get the wisdom. They just got the knowledge and then they went online to share it, but they didn't actually embody what they were learning or what they understood about it. They just, now I know more than you. Now look at me. Now look, hey, now you're going to listen to me. Now I'm the leader of a bunch of people, and now I got followers, and now I got ego because I know everything, and you don't know squat, and I'm your God, and you know, you got people like that, seriously, and it's like, whatever. But you are different. You are receiving things. You know things. You know things. And as long as you act in your truth and act from a place of honesty, I'm telling you, everything else is going to be gravy, Gucci gravy. You know what I'm saying? We're on top of that rice. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be so perfect. You know, it's like, And right now you're experiencing a heart, like, your heart is being prepared. That's what it says. Rose Pink Dragon prepares your heart to connect with the higher facets of the cosmic heart. Open your heart to warm-hearted love and diamond light and connect with the love of the universe. Yep. Connect with the love of the universe. This is what's going to help you to tap into this energy, this being your brazen self, you know, just really even in the work that you're doing, you find your presence in it. You find what it means to you. You know, you come to a grounded place where, you know, there's an integration of some sorts where now you don't have to be so extreme of like all the way in the spiritual, like to the point where you just forget about how to handle using the wisdom of the spiritual in order to have to accept and receive these provisions, these divine provisions, you know. And so this physical aspect of yourself, you know, a lot of times we try to get rid of ego, or we try to like, just like, what happens when you try to get rid of like something? it's like wants to survive. So you try to get rid of your ego, it's like gonna fight you back real hard. So it's not about getting rid of it. It's like it's not about getting rid of your thoughts, right? It's really just observing them. Ah, that's where you are. You know what I mean? And then you'll notice another day, this is where you are. This is where I am. I'm not here today. Yesterday, I was thinking about doing today. I'm in a good place. And it's not even judging in a good or bad place. You know, it's just really like, this place is more peaceful, or I'm here. My thoughts are more peaceful today. They're less chaotic. They are running in a format that makes me feel like my mind is a little more quieter, you know. And now I don't know what to do with all this quiet. I need to find something to do with it. I'm bored or whatever the case is. And it's like, no, it's okay. Peace is good. You've had so much chaos in your life that when you've experienced peace, you're like, oh, I need to be productive. I need to be doing something. And it's like, nah, you need to chill out and process what the fuck you just experienced. You need to process all this wisdom that you got from this awakening, this spiritual awakening, you know, this divine wisdom. You need to process it, you know, let it seep into your being, you know, listen. And then speak from a place of truth. Speak up from a place of truth, right? Like, everybody won't be, at any given moment, everybody's not gonna be, we know everybody's not gonna like you. You know, if everybody like you, something wrong in this world. Cause really, like, I don't know, I ain't gonna say that, cause maybe there's a universe where everybody can be like, you know, or everybody could like somebody. I really don't know who that is, because not one person is gonna resonate with every single person. There's always gonna be someone that has a different experience, and that different experience is what's going to possibly divide you. It shouldn't divide you, but it definitely will resonate, have you in a different space. It doesn't, just because you're not in the same place, it doesn't mean you're divided. But if you have an aversion or a judgment against them for being different, or you, then that's what creates the dissonance. You know, it's like, I can embrace that you're different, right? But if you're out here harming people, you're different, I'm gonna speak up about that different. You know what I'm saying? If I feel called to, I'm gonna speak up about that different too, because that goes against my core value of love, right? That's not love. And you need to know that, because maybe you weren't taught that. And I might speak up about that because I feel guided to speak up about that. But not every moment or not every time I feel guided to speak up about that. You know, maybe I feel guided to speak up, and now I want to put it in a container that can hear me, and then more people benefit from this thing. Maybe I want to write it in a book. Maybe I want to put it in a song. Maybe I want to put it in my artwork. Maybe I want to protest it or wear a shirt. Maybe I want to, you know, clear it from within, make sure it's clear from my own being. Maybe I want to, like, make sure I'm not, you know, supporting the patriarchy. Maybe I pay more attention to my dollars and where my dollars are going, you know, instead of like going online and shaming other people for their dollars. You know, it's like, let me make sure my home is provided for, make sure that I am providing provisions for myself, for the love of self, for my home, for my household, that I'm not out here on everybody else's doorstep trying to clear their shit when I got shit to clear. You know what I mean? But whoever's watching this, really not about now that you got stuff to clear. It's like, oh, you've cleared a lot. And now you need to embrace this new lighthearted energy that you're in. And it's okay. Like, you don't have to think so hard. You know, you can really let it go. Let go of all the stress that, you know, somebody, like, there's been a lot of headache energy happening today. Like, it's weird, like a dizziness, you know, just really trying to connect connect to the new space that you're in, connect. And your heart is coming to that place where, or it's already there. It's just really you lining up with it, you know. All right. Let's see. What do we have for the collective awakening? Anything that we want them to really know specifically. anything specific that let them know who they're talking to. Getting the color blue, lots of throat chakra energy, black. To the left, everything you want in the box to the left. Somebody need to put somebody out or like let something go or no, that's too many. That's too many. No. These cards are just thick and make it feel like it's a lot. Somebody's feeling like they're not having the money that they need, and they're afraid that yeah, they're feeling like they don't have the money that they need, and it's all really this thing like you constantly been taking care of like the other people, or other people are like judging, or it's like other people's thoughts are in your head about what you should and shouldn't do, and so that's kept you from really stepping into your free brazen self or whatnot. But there's an energy of you are provided for. The things, it's an illusion. It's an illusion right now that you don't have anything or you don't have what you need. Like when I tell you the access is there, it's like walking somewhere with no money. Like when I was told to come here to Phoenix, right? When my spirit guided me here, I didn't know anybody here. And I'm like, listen, if I'm supposed to be there, make it easy for me. Make it plain, make it clear. My flight was $20. Yes, things happen on the way. I would love to tell the story. I love telling the story, but I don't feel guided to share the whole story here. It's really more like I had $26 in my pocket. And, you know, I had received a call that, hey, we have a 5 apartment, you know, available for you for $500 a month. First month free. Oh, really? Yeah, okay. Go ahead and apply, and everything went through. You know, it didn't, like, the old stuff didn't even get in the way. It was like, it was just so perfect. And then when I get on this plane, my flight was $20, so that's what left me with $26. And I had a 5-year-old. And I'm moving with my energy. I'm moving on spirit alone. Like, man, listen, I'm trusting. I'm listening. I'm trusting. Trusting my intuition because I haven't been. So I'm trusting because wherever I've been scared to go, ended up in the places that I was scared to be. And it was like, dang, even me being scared to do this, that energy put me in this situation or these reflections, these mirrors. But I got here, and on that plane, this random lady came up to me and she said, God told me to give you this. Thank you. Such gratitude. And then she she introduced me to someone else, a pastor and his wife, and I visited their church when I got here, and like the beautiful thing was like, oh, I didn't have judgments on anybody. The lady who gave me the money was Mormon. The lady who introduced me, she introduced me to a totally different denomination of, you know, beliefs. They believe something different. They believe in Joseph, the Book of Mormon. Like, they believe in certain things, you know, and yeah, it's different, but that didn't stop them from coming towards me. That didn't stop them from connecting, you know. And then that church, they gave me $300. Asked me, did I sit here and tell, like, they requested that I give my testimony. I didn't go in there like, oh, I want to give a testimony. I was literally like observing. I was invited, you know. And that's, for me, I'm a projector, human design. I don't know if you know about that. But as a projector, being invited and being seen is alignment that lets me know that I'm in alignment. right? That's a you might be a manifesting generator or whatever, but the projectors, apparently we make up a very small percentage of the world, and very unique percentage. So I could be talking to a unique percentage of people. I could be talking to projectors who do have to be invited into spaces and have to be seen and recognized, you know. And so when we're younger, or when we're out of alignment, it could look like we're trying to get attention, but we're not. It's like, oh, we know we need to be seen in order to really unlock our gifts, right? Like really be like, there's this something about being seen with us that activates us in a different way. And so when we're actually seen, it shifts something within us. But when we're trying to be seen, sometimes we're pushing away what's for us, right? And we're not showing up in spaces the way that who we actually are. We're because we're trying to be seen, we try to, you know, mold ourselves to fit those containers, and that's what ends up having us wearing the mask. And then the community around us and the judgments, you know, they begin to affect us, and then next thing you know, we've lost ourselves, because now we're like, well, how do we get back accepted? And then we're trying to like fit into these paradigms, and it doesn't work. So for me, I was doing that and I was tired. So what happened when I came to Phoenix was profound. Just me following my intuition, my life has never been the same. Like my life, the world is yours, baby. The world is yours. Water your insides and it's going to water your outside. Like, trust the cycles. Like, somebody's period or cycles might also be a little more frequent than normal, or off, or, you know, just different. Maybe your dates have changed. And someone's receiving, somebody's receiving divine justice, okay? Maybe you have a court situation that's going on, or maybe, but it came out with the devil in reverse. And so you have overcome an internal battle with, because where it fell, where I have it falling, the container I set up, it's like, oh, this system is way more easier than the chaotic system I had before. Like, now I know what I'm looking at. You know what I'm saying? Before I was just all over the place, but now I have a system. And so this system is going to bring you justice. You having your own system is bringing the justice is already here internally. Like, this is an internal card. So there's like this experience of justice, of you overcoming the thoughts that were, this is the 7 deadly sins on here. So greed, pride, lust, envy, gluttony, wrath, sloth. And so, you know, somebody's getting over the illusion of laziness, right? Some people can be like overworking, right? But then you have those that are not supposed to do a lot of work. They're really supposed to live a soft life, right? And the soft life looks very different. It looks like you enjoying life and being provided for. And it's like, oh, damn, like, I can get things this easy. And so that, like, before, it seemed like you were being greedy, or it seemed like, you know, you were eating spicy stuff or like sweet stuff to get the sweet stuff out of life, or you needed some action in your life, so you needed to move forward, so you was eating spicy stuff. Like, it was just all these things that you were craving, right? And all that has been turned around, and you have found there is an internal justice that has reached you, and the thoughts that were plaguing you are no more. And so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up really soon. Let me see what else Spirit has for you. What are your spirit guides wanting me to share with you? The Phoenix. What we talked about, the Phoenix coming back, the rebirth. You are in a rebirth, okay? You are in a time of death and rebirth. Remember, I said that every time that every moment you're someone different, whether you know it or not, whether you feel like it or not. Like, it's a fallacy to hold people to the same version of themselves all the time, because people are constantly changing. But it's also we also don't want to give too much energy, giving everybody the benefit of the doubt of that, yes, we change every moment, but if they're not aware of themselves changing every moment, then they still operate in the same illusion. But you're not operating in that same illusion. You've gone through deaths and rebirths, and you actually can visually, internally feel the death and the rebirth. You felt it. You are feeling the rebirth right now. You are coming into a place where of harmony, you know, this beautiful place, like this is like, oh, this is so close to your chest. You're just holding the baby chick to yourself, like it's just, this is the message. I'm sending my love out into the world, you know, from my truth, from myself, from my heart, and my wings are spreading and I'm flying, and I'm like, and I don't care what nobody says, and I don't care that you got a problem with how I carry this energy, how I carry this, like, my problem is, your problem is not my problem. It's none of my business, okay? And so there's the intuition and emotional healing. This is on the bottom of the deck, so it didn't like come out fully, so, but it did come to my attention. So there's that. Let's see, anything else you want me to share? Anything else? I don't think so. I think we might be good on, spiritual magic. Spiritual magic. And another bird. There go another bird. Somebody's wings, they're flying, man. Listen, trust in the spiritual magic. Trust. And there go that 4 again. 40. Trust. That 444 was at the beginning of the reading. It's 4 energy is giving, you know, like tap into your inner Beyonce or whatever. I know a lot of people got a problem with that name or whatever, but you got to suspend all of that extra shit. Like really it's really like some energy going on that you're not even aware of, because like the references and the people are taught to like, I can't even get there right now. I can't go there. I don't think you're a person that operates like that. I think that you are a person that sees beyond. You're able to see, you have wisdom about certain things, so you're able to see certain things in certain ways. So this spiritual magic is you. This is your astral body. This is you. Like, as you continue to maintain your spiritual health, and like, you're not trying to heal right now. Like, you're literally just needing to sit your ass down and be yourself. Like, that's really what's needing to happen. You know, not trying to be in the image of what you think whatever it is that you want to do is. Like, that is no more. This thing you think you need to be, it is no more. What do we have? Even, we pulled this out again. Even in grief, I am still whole. I am still worthy of love and care. Even at your lowest, even at this, like, your experience being at your lowest, of how you feel. You may feel like things are just not going a certain way, but they are. Like, you're letting go of the old, you're grieving and the deaths of your old selves, the deaths of the parts of you that you once held on to. You're grieving that, and it's not easy to sit with the empty space. We're always trying to fill the space. We don't need to fill the space. It's already filled. We just need to focus on love, and that love will keep tapping in to the space, and it will grow, and it will grow, and it will grow, and it will grow, and it will grow. What act do we want them to do? What act? Okay, so it looks like you want more than that, more than one. Okay. I go to number 3. Okay, we got, so number 11 or 111, 22 or 222 means something, and then 3, the number 3. All right. You may have also been saying 333s as well, or, you know, just the number 3 consistently. But it's saying pick a number 1 through 32. Now, write or say your name. Write or say the number, and then insert your name. You are doing an amazing job that number of times. Hilarious. Okay. So, okay, I get it. So pick a number 1 through 32. This is Act 11. And whatever number you pick, see, this would be more fun if you didn't know how many times you were going to have to write or say it. But pick a number, and then now you got to write. So now just go off your intuition. Don't pick a number intellectually. Like, just whatever number comes to your head, say it out loud. That's between 1 through 32. And then write your name and that you're doing an amazing job. Write it, whatever number you chose. So if you chose 2, write it 2 times. If you chose 32, write it 32 times, you know. And don't try to change it because you don't want to write it a bunch of times. Okay, check in with yourself. Pause. This is a different one. Number 3. Pause and scan your body from head to toe. Identify what areas could use some love. Rub your palms together to create life force energy and place hands on the area. All right. And act number 22, do an old school dance. Try the Cabbage Patch or do the, you know, I don't know what the Cabbage Patch is, but, you know, is that the Cabbage Patch? I don't know what that is, but, you know, doing old school dance and old school dance and old school dance. You know, that's probably why her name came up. Doing old school dance and old school dance. But yeah, you know. Or you, those with, you know, different, well, we got similar ancestors. I got some, you know, Caucasian in my family, some European, but but yeah, that's it. Okay, I'm out, y'all. That was fun. I have fun. Okay, but yeah, let yourself just be, man. Like, telling you, it's much more freeing. It's much more comfortable, you know, than sitting around worrying about what your beingness is gonna do to others, or who can't accept it, and demonizing the people that can't see you, and then spending energy demonizing them. And it's like, you didn't even, you like anchored yourself in places you didn't need to. And so those was in the past. That was what you were doing. That's what kept you in the cycle. But now you're recognizing yourself. Really do this act number 3. Okay, pause and scan your body from head to toe. Identify what areas could use some love. Rub your palms together to create life force energy and place hands on the area. I am telling you, like, that, that's something that will be beneficial to you. You hear me? For sure. All right. I've never heard it put necessarily in that form, in that way, but the meditations I do focus on exactly that, except I don't have to do anything with my hands. I notice to focus my attention, but that's an advanced level. This would be something you could do right now, you know. And the places that you could, that identify with needing some love, would be like places that you feel pain or numbness, you know, when you're scanning your body, when you're like, it's like energy dumping on you. You know, if you're able to get to that point, you'll feel that, oh, there are certain parts of me that are not responding to this, you know, attention. I'm not feeling anything, or it feels numb. Like, those places, give yourself some love there too. And yeah, that's the meditation right there. When I think I said it in the beginning of the video, meditate. But anyways, go and be your lovely ugly self, all right? And don't let nobody tell you who you is and who you ain't. You get to speak that truth, you know, from your own vessel, from your Christ energy, from your truth, okay? Tap into the Buddha in you, you know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. It's literally the Christ. It's just different words, you know? But it's an aspect of your being. It's the totality of your expression. Who you are is all encompassing. Don't limit yourself to the people that have masks on. All right, 555. All right, y'all. Peace. Love. May the love continue to permeate your heart on today. All right. Peace. Happy travels. Happy dream travels. Be loved.